Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video is being seen and shared. It's Celine Driver once again. Uh, this is sort of a themed video. You probably already know what the theme is from the title. But a couple of people recently asked me because of pictures they saw or videos they saw. They said what is this orange and watch thing? What is this blue watch thing you've got going on? What's that all about? So I thought I'd do a quick theme video to explain it to you. Uh, One of my rare wristwatch checks. I'm wearing the Rolex GMT Master with the Coke bezel that my dad's still alive, but I inherited it from my dad. Um, this is, as you saw from previous video, this is my favorite watch of all the watches I own. Not only because it's a Rolex, but because it's very special to me from how and where I got it from. But without further ado, I shall pull back the magic cloth and show you, ta-da, Gator watches. Okay, for those of you who are not football enthusiasts or not college football enthusiasts, or perhaps are from overseas. I do have subs from Europe and Asia as well as America. You may not understand the reference Gators. I went to the University of Florida. The University of Florida's sports teams are the Gators, or alligators, but Florida Gators. School colors are orange and blue. I've been a fan of the Florida Gators football team since I started watching football as a kid in the early 70s. So I have seen the worst and the best of the Florida Gators football team and the basketball team to a small extent, and maybe even the baseball team, but mostly football. I'm talking about American football. I'm not talking about that thing where we kick around a black and white ball and dive every time someone touches us with a fingernail. No offense, that's just a joke, guys. It's a joke. Humor, you remember humor? It's a forgotten concept in the age of political correctness. But college football in America is a big deal. And college football in the southern United States, where I live, I know my voice doesn't reflect that, but I do live in the South. College football in the South is pretty much a religion. The world comes to an end between the beginning of September and the college football championship in January. Do not get between a television and a college football fan. Free advice. Anyway, I am obviously a big fan of the Florida Gators. I love them to death. I am critical of them from time to time, as folks on Facebook will know, but I do love my Gators. And I do have 5 watches out of my collection which have an orange and blue theme to them. Well, one of them is orange, but you get the idea. And so I just wanted to show them to you briefly. First one, and this is in no particular order in terms of, favorite or not favorite. This is just how I laid them out. The first orange watch, unfortunately there is no blue on it, but it is a very nice orange watch, is my Doxa Sub 750T. This is a Clive Cussler edition watch. It's a limited edition watch. It was created by Doxa to celebrate the release of Clive Cussler's book Sahara being made into a movie starring Matthew McConaughey. Um, as you may or may not know, if you're a Cussler fan, Clive Cussler's lead character in his main series of books, Dirk Pitt, always wears an orange Doxa dive watch wherever he goes. So, one of my prizes in my collection, and definitely one that doesn't go anywhere in terms of selling it. So that's one of my orange, one of my Gator watches. I consider it. I also have another Doxa. This is a GMT 750T in the Caribbean, from the Caribbean line. These are very hard to find watches. They didn't make a lot of these, and they're not currently making GMT watches. But you can see it does have that Caribbean blue. Doxa defines their watches by their face color. The professional, like this one, is orange. The Caribbeans are blue. The Sea Ramblers are silver. The Shark Hunters are black. The Diving Stars are yellow. And then there's the aquamarine ones, which are Project Aware. So, I mean, this one has a beautiful blue face. You can see the orange track of the 24-hour inner track and the orange minute hand. I love this watch. I should wear it more often, but I don't. I'm going to correct that almost immediately. But a nice heavy-duty Gator-themed watch. Next to it, I have my most recent up to this point purchase. This is a Seiko SKX 011, the big orange, I call it. It originally came with a black bezel with gold-colored indices. I did find a nice ceramic blue bezel. The blue isn't quite the right blue, but it's a pretty damn good blue, and it's a loomed bezel. So I paired it up. I'm going to have to take it off again because the bezel action has become atrociously bad. I probably did something wrong. And I paired it up with a blue collareb Italian leather strap. Whoops. Let's see. Collareb Verapelle, made in Italy. Beautiful blue. The blue is more or less the right color blue. But I really like this watch. I've been a minor fan of the SKX. I've owned my share of them over the years, but I really like this one. I picked it up at a brand new from off of Amazon for a really good price. Now the SKXs are discontinued. Just wanted to pick one up. I really like the orange. And I still have the original band. I still have the original bezel insert. They're put away. I have another Seiko. I forgot the reference number on this one, but this is a turtle. I know I did an unboxing and review of this watch, so you can go back into my video archive and find the details. You can find details on all these watches in my video archives. I'm not really going into sizing and all this and that. Pull up the individual videos and you can find it. This one is nicknamed the Nemo. It was really only available over in Japan, Australia, New Zealand. I really didn't find one of these available in America. This one did come from Australia. It was a previously owned watch. I got it at a really good price, and it had barely been worn. Just a typical Seiko turtle. Hell, you've seen Random Rob take these things apart all the time and make SKXs out of them, so he ain't getting his hands on this one. But you can see the orange face, got the orange part of the dive bezel, and then the blue for the rest of it. blue outline on the indices. So this makes a fine Gator themed watch. Very comfortable to wear. And finally, if somebody put a gun to my head and said, pick your favorite of the 5 here, you'd think it would be one of the Doxus, but you'd be wrong. It would actually be this guy right here. This is a Glycine Combat Sub. Beautiful watch. Beautiful sunburst blue. Look at the way the light plays on that dial. Beautiful sunburst blue face. Beautiful. I believe it's an aluminum orange insert. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, but I believe it's aluminum. Great bezel action. Makes a great fidget spinner while you're watching the game. The other team's driving on you, and you're getting nervous. But maybe it should line up a little better. Whatever. Anyway, this watch took me about 8 months to find one. They evidently did not make a lot of these watches. It really took a long time. Finally, a guy on the Watch You Seek online forums, where I had a listing up there, I seek to buy, they have a special sub forum for people who are looking for watches to buy. He popped up after I had given up and said, I have one, and we agreed on a price, and it's mine. And for pretty thin for an automatic. There's nothing I don't like about this watch. It really, really is a beautiful watch. It wears beautifully. It's a great size. It's very legible. Good lume. And the orange and blue are just beautiful on that. I just love the way this thing plays with the light, when you pivot it every which way. So, of all my orange and blue watches, I really think this one is the one I'm going to have to say I love the most. But I love them all. I mean, obviously I have an orange and blue thing going on. And that's down to a multiple decades love for my Florida Gators. So, going to wrap the video at that point, because obviously I don't have any more orange and blue watches at the moment. That can always change. Maybe one day I'll pick up a Planet Ocean from Omega with the orange bezel. That would be fun. Or maybe Elshin over at Zelos, my favorite watchmaker, would make a orange and blue combination dive watch. New hammerheads are coming out soon. Hint, hint. Come on, Elshin. Do me a solid. Anyway, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, even if you're not a Gator fan. Comments, questions, suggestions down below. Yeah, if you want to engage in a little good-natured trash talking about my Gators, go ahead. You get nasty, I'm going to block you and delete you, because this is not a trash talk channel for football. This is a watch channel and a car channel mostly. But, a little good-natured talk here and there I can live with. If you're not a subscriber already and you like what you see, go ahead and click that subscribe button and click the bell icon next to it, so when I post up new content, you'll be alerted. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching my video. And as always, go Gators.